The world below might never know why they had been chosen for this, a gift, a punishment, a terrible event that would become forever variously known as the awakening, the fall, or the end. It was even more unlikely that they would ever discover who had bestowed it upon them, but Finnabar and all his kind would remember them and thank them eternally for their unwitting and unwilling sacrifice. For the Orokai were coming, and no race, not even one as preternaturally gifted at war as humanity, could hope to survive without the advantages of mana. Finnabar turned his ship around, weeping gently as the screens dimmed, his clan signing off to reflect upon the horror of their actions. Behind them, 116 new dungeon cores hurtled forward, their ion pulse engines flaring to guide them to the sites that would provide the most benefit to humanity, giving them at least a faint chance to survive. As the ship angled away, a barrage of small gravitational effects appeared in orbit as the ship fell into warp, much to NASA's confusion. A small section of an old Cold War satellite, desperately in need of decommissioning, bounced off another, heading at an oblique angle to cut across the Earth's upper ionosphere. In and of itself, it was nothing unusual. The trash belt, as it had become to be known, was full of minor fragments from ships and satellites. But this one, as it spun end over end, cut across the predetermined path of Dungeon Core 112. A tiny fragment of metal following the main section hit the core, penetrating deeply enough to cause a small crack in the shield. As the core fell, its vessel frantically began to make constant tiny adjustments as it attempted to realign itself. A tiny amount of air escaped from the crack, and slowly, oh, so slowly, the fairy that had been chosen, grown, augmented, and educated to guide the infant dungeon core asphyxiated. She died in orbit, completely unaware, and the outgassing of the protective atmosphere within the crystal added a slight directional change, shifting a meticulously planned landing off its axis by a single degree. Empires have fallen from less.